Tell us a little bit about it.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you very much for attending. On behalf of Camosa, it's great to be in Glasgow and presenting such a great event. When we created the World Boxing Super Series, the idea was to travel the world in the name of the great Muhammad Ali, presenting the best that boxing has to offer. I believe we've definitely succeeded with this event, with a double header, of course. The man next to me is the highly anticipated favourite of the tournament, and of course we have Ryan Burnett on the card, and we will be announcing further title fights and as well some big names in the reserve fights for this tournament. Plus, of course, the local names that we have here as well. So, like I said, we always wanted to present the best of boxing, travel around different continents with the World Boxing Super Series, and we're doing that. When we come here, it'll be our third continent that we visited, hence a slight jet lag today. We were in Russia on the weekend, and we're going to America now for 2 back-to-back dates. Can't wait for November 3rd. The ticket's still available, and I look forward to a great night. Thank you very much.
Well, we saw season 1, we saw it end in spectacular fashion in Jeddah last month. Victories in July in Moscow. Alexander Usyk, now the undisputed cruiserweight champion of the world. Callum Smith is now the WBA Super World Champion and WBC Diamond Super Middleweight Champion. They've both got the Muhammad Ali Trophy. They're now global superstars, and that's thanks to the tournament. You guys have raised the bar on this. That was season 1. What are your expectations for the second season of the World Boxing Super Series?
I mean, it was always our intention to create superstars. We had a couple of superstars in season 1 enter the tournament. Usyk wasn't perhaps a household name. He wasn't perhaps going to be a pay-per-view fighter, but after the tournament we saw that he was, just through the attention that the whole brand brought to him and the great fights that he was involved in. The same to say about Callum Smith. He fought amazingly in Saudi Arabia, Jeddah. Never thought I'd see the day that two Englishmen fought in Jeddah. I know we got a lot of stick for it, but like I said, and I keep saying, we're traveling the world with this. It's the World Boxing Super Series. We're not going to be limited to one place. Of course, Josh is the hometown fighter here, but the semi-final might go to, I don't know, Timbuktu. You never know. We're traveling with this thing. We're creating superstars, and I believe the man to my right, if he wins this tournament, I think he's already on the verge of being the best boxer in Britain. But I think this tournament could make him a superstar.
Well, thank you, Nissa. Let's see what the man's got to say. Josh Taylor, just less than 3 weeks away from this. How have preparations been going?
Yeah, the preparation's been going great. I feel ready to fight now. So the next couple of weeks is the last couple of weeks of training, hard training. So this is the hardest part of camp. This is where I'll be getting my peak fitness. But I feel ready to fight now. I'm so excited for this tournament. It's such a massive opportunity for me, Craig. In terms of not just my boxing, but my profile all around the world. And as Nissa just said, it's a world tournament. So after this, I believe I'm going to win this quarter-final, and the semi-final could be anywhere. So I'm really looking forward to being involved in this tournament and in the name of the great Muhammad Ali. So yeah, I'm excited and thankful for the opportunity, and I won't let you down easy down, promise.
Well, you've had 2 great pro victories, the SSE Hydro, and of course, who could forget going back to 2014 when you first appeared at the Hydro and you lifted Commonwealth gold. That was special. How does it feel coming back to the Hydro? Is that an extra buzz?
Oh yeah, it's brilliant. I feel that the Hydro is now my home. I've had such great success there since 2014, and my biggest victories as a professional has been in the hydro as well. So yeah, I feel like it's definitely my home arena and my home in boxing. But I'm looking forward to getting travelling and going around the world in this tournament and seeing different places. Yeah.
This guy Ryan Martin that you're facing, undefeated fighter. What do you know about him? Do you know much about him?
I've only saw bits and bobs of him, but I've studied enough of him to know what I need to watch for. I know he's a very well-rounded fighter. He's got fast hands. He's good defensively. He's got a good variation of punches. And he knows his way around the ring. You know, he's obviously got power as well. Although his record doesn't say he's only got 12 stoppages to his 22 wins, but I know he's going to be able to punch and he's going to be strong. So I know I've got my hands full, but I'm fully confident that I'm going to come out on top. The way I've been performing lately in the gym, I'm more settled now. You know, I've got myself my own place down in London, so I'm settled, I'm happy, and I'm firing in the gym, and I'm sure Barry will back me up with what I'm saying here. I feel this is the best shape and the condition I've been in since I turned pro, so I'm feeling really confident. Yeah.
Well, we all know the atmosphere that's generated in Scotland and in the UK by the fans. It'll be the Lions Den when you go in there. How important is the Scottish fan base, the home advantage? How important is it to you?
I think it's brilliant. You know, I don't think there's anybody that's going to beat me in front of them fans in the hydro. The atmosphere that they make, the noise that they make, and just the support that they give me. They throw every single punch with me. So there's no way there's anybody going to be beating me in that hydro. Definitely not. Definitely not.
In terms of training, I mean, what do you make of this concept? You know, you fight in quite close succession. Does it make any difference to your training regime?
I don't think it makes any difference. No. If anything, I think it's better for me. You know, because I know I've got three fights scheduled in a year, so that means I can just take a week off or a week or two off after the fight and get back into the gym. But I do that anyway. I'm always keeping myself fit and always keeping myself in shape. So it's not really any change. It's just good to know what's happening, and I know where I'm going with this next year. So yeah, it's really good. I'm really excited.
Let's take a look at who's in the super lightweight division. We've got we've had the first of our quarterfinals. WBA champ Kirill Relik, he beat Russian Edward Troyanovsky in Japan just last week. You have got Sweden's undefeated Anthony Yigit. He faces Belarusian Ivan the Beast Baranchik for the vacant IBF World Crown. Loads of world titles about here. That's a fantastic thing about the World Boxing Super Series. We've got Regis Progress, the Texan, WBC Diamond Champion. He faces Manchester's Terry Flanagan, the former WBO World Champion. And these quarterfinals are on the 27th of October, both just 2 weeks away. What do you make of the other fighters in the division? And you know, who's the man that you want to face? Is there any you want to avoid? I'm not
really fussed about any of the opposition. I think I can beat every single one of them that's in this competition. But that being said, they're all very good fighters. They're all very competitive. They've had good amateur careers, and you know, and they're very tough fighters. They're all undefeated, I think, and yeah, they're all a stiff competition. But I'm fully confident I'm going to come away with that trophy.
Just one last question. If you defeat Ryan Martin, you face the winner of Baranchik and Yigit. Any preference, or do you not care?
I don't care, no. But I think Baranchik will probably get through that. But if so, I'm confident in winning that. And if Yigit wins it, I know I'll win that fight as well. I've had experience with him in the ring as a professional, and I've had experience with him as an amateur as well. So I'm really comfortable winning that fight. So I'm not really bothered who I face.
Thanks, Josh. Ladies and gentlemen of the press, we will have time for one-on-ones and from questions from the floor. But let's turn to Barry McGuigan. Barry, what do you make of this unique concept, the World Boxing Super Series?
Well, it's a great concept because it circumvents all of the politics of the sport. Because everybody wants to fight for the LA trophy, and you know, for example, Josh gets a chance to fight for 2 world titles in this fight. So if he beats Ryan Martin on the 3rd of November, which I believe he will do, then his next fight will be for the IBF title. If he beats him, which I also believe the winner of those 2 guys, he then gets a chance to fight the winner of Progress and Flanagan, and then of course the winner of that fight's Rillick. So Rillick's the WBA champion. So there's 2 titles in there. Obviously it's pretty good money, and it's a world event, and you know, I think the boys are doing a great job, fantastic job. It's a great opportunity, unique concept. It hasn't sort of been around before, so we were thrilled to have the chance to put Josh into it. And they're very good kids. Every one of them are very good kids. Ryan Martin's a very good kid. Baranchek's exceptional. Regis Progress is considered one of the favourites as well. Terry Flanagan's no slouch. It's a great event, great tournament. But I think I've got the best 140-pounder in the world. He's the man.
I had noted a couple of questions. It looks like you've answered. My next question was going to be, was it at all difficult, the decision as a manager, to allow your boxer into this tournament?
No, I just think it's a great opportunity. You know, as I mentioned, all these other fighters, and you know, everybody talks about I'm the best and beating each other's chest and everything else. And we're not taking Ryan Martin for granted. It's a very tough fight. He's a very good kid, but I think Taylor beats everyone. And on any given day, and he's travelled the world as an amateur. He's boxed in foreign soil. He boxed everywhere, and it doesn't worry him. It doesn't faze him, and he's got the most adaptable style. I think he's matured a lot. He's 27 years old. He's got his apartment down in London now. He's much more settled, and I think for this camp, he's in the best condition he's ever been in. He's ready, and we still have 3 weeks to go. So we're going to, you know, pump up the sparring the next week. Maybe get a couple of 12-rounders this week, and we're ready to rock.
Well, you have already said that you believe that the other competitors are world class. Who do you believe is Josh's biggest competitor amongst the rest?
I think that's unfair to say, but you know, you Rillick is exceptionally good. Progress is a tremendous puncher. Baranchek can bang and box. Martin can do a bit of everything. So it's a tough tournament, but that's what you expect in this tournament. Right?
Sure, thank you, Barry. Before we go into questions from the floor, let's just get a word from a couple of our undercard fighters who are with us. Michael McGurk, sitting next to me from Uddingston, is 10-0, 3 KOs. Just recently became the WBC Youth Silver Super Welterweight Champion. How does it feel to be on a bill like this, Michael?
You know what, I'm really looking forward to it. Unfortunately, the last time I fought was on Josh's undercard back in November. I've been riddled with injuries since then, broke my hand and stuff like that, so it's been a bit of a nightmare year for me. So I'm just looking forward to getting back out there, getting another victory, and then pushing on for titles.
We'll go on to Kieran Smith. I can't see you from this, but I can see you now. Kieran Chopper Smith, undefeated, Commonwealth Games representative, been all round Europe representing Scotland. You're 11-0, 5 inside the distance. This isn't your hydro debut. I was at your hydro debut. 18 seconds it took you to win. How did that feel?
Oh, it was an amazing achievement, and hopefully I can repeat it.
So you're looking forward to being on this one again?
Definitely. Sirlins and Josh have bring a massive platform for obviously younger fighters and undercard fighters like yourself to just to be able to kind of be seen by a lot more of the public than what we usually are in small little shows and stuff like that. So it's a great event for us to be part of.
Well, we look forward to seeing you there. Tickets, as Nissa said, are still available. They're available from the SSE Hydro website. They're available on ticketmaster.co.uk. The Tartan Tornado, Josh Taylor, returns to the SSE Hydro November the 3rd to begin his quest for the Muhammad Ali Trophy in the World Boxing Super Series. Can I open the floor to questions? Anybody?
Josh, the World Boxing Super Series has already been all over the world. How does it feel
I'm over the moon with being in Glasgow. You know, Scotland has been a bit dry with big shows over the recent years. So it's good to bring world class boxing back to Scotland since obviously Ricky Burns sort of lost his title. So it's been great to bring Scottish big team boxing back to Scotland, and hopefully it continues. And I'm just delighted that the first fight's in Glasgow, and I'm delighted that it's here, and my home fans get to see it here.
Do you feel any added pressure being the flag bearer Scottish boxing?
No, I don't feel any pressure at all. I try not to think about that anyway. I just want to be a world champion and do Scotland proud. But I don't think it being the flag bearer. But I just want to keep Scotland on the map and bring home another world title. Really, aye.
Gentlemen. Final words to Nissa. Nissa, we're all looking forward to this one. You're very busy in the USA next week and the following week, and then we're back here in Glasgow. Not many tickets left. It's going to be a sellout. You're looking forward to it, I take it.
Very much so. I'm looking forward to see this man back in action. I believe he's, like Barry said, one of the best fighters out there at the moment, and I think it's going to be a great night. Ryan Burnett and of course Donaire, who's like a living legend in my eyes, and of course we've got a full undercard with some more title fights and reserve fights to be announced with some big names on there. So they'll be announced this week. They're all done. So please don't try and get the information out of me. I might have to talk today. But yeah, thank you very much everyone for having us, and we look forward to a great night on November the 3rd. Thank you.
Thank you everybody for turning up. We're going to clear the table, we'll have photo opportunities, and then all the boxers will be available for one-on-ones with the press. So thank you for coming along. Thank you.
You go do it.